All right, good evening, everybody. We're waiting on one more board member, so we're going to give them just a few minutes. That's very typical for us here. In the meantime, I do want to ask the person that's standing in front of the clock if you could just scoot over just a little bit so we can keep track of the time. Thank you so much. We'll begin in a few. Good evening, everybody. This meeting is called to order. Good evening and welcome to the Boynton Beach City Commission meeting. What a special day. Today is March 18th, 2025, and the time is now 6:03 p.m. As always, let's begin our meeting with roll call, and let's turn to our city clerk.
Mayor Penserga,
Here.
Vice Mayor Kelly,
Here.
Commissioner Cruz,
Here.
Commissioner Hay,
Here.
Commissioner Turkin.
Present.
Mayor, you have a quorum.
Thank you, Maylee. Next, we will have the Pledge of Allegiance led by Commissioner Woodrow Hay, after which we will begin the swearing-in ceremony. Let's all stand.
Invocation.
I'm sorry, the Invocation and Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you so much. Commissioner.
Let us pray. Most gracious and Heavenly Father, we are thankful for the opportunity to serve the city of Boynton Beach. We acknowledge your presence among us, for you are the source of wisdom, justice, and peace. Lord, we thank you for this great city, a city blessed by diversity, opportunity, and a spirit of community. We lift up all those who live and work here, asking for your continued favor and guidance over our neighborhoods, our businesses, and families. May Boynton Beach always be a place where fairness reigns, prosperity grows, and love for one another is evident in all that we do. This evening, we offer special prayers for the dedicated leaders of our city. We rejoice in the re-election of Commissioner Angela Cruz of District 1, Thomas Turkin, District 3, and we ask that you continue to strengthen them as they serve with diligence, integrity, and compassion. May their leadership be marked by wisdom and a commitment to the well-being of all. And we also, Lord, extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to our new mayor, Rebecca Shelton, as she steps into this important role and conducts her first meeting tonight. Lord, grant her wisdom beyond measures, strength in the face of challenges, and a heart always tuned to the needs of the people. Let her leadership be a light that guides our city toward a future filled with progress, unity, and hope. And we pause to express our deep gratitude for our outgoing Mayor, Ty Penserga, for his many years of devoted service to this city. Lord bless his abundantly for his time, energy, and passion he has poured into the city of Boynton Beach. May his future endeavors be filled with new opportunities and continued success. As this city council comes together to make decisions that impact the lives of so many, we ask, Lord, that you grant us wisdom, patience, and clarity. Let every decision be filled with respect, every decision be made with integrity, and every action be taken with the best interests of the people in mind. And Father, we ask for your blessing on all who serve this great city, our staff, our first responders, educators, business owners, and every resident who calls Boynton Beach home. May your peace be upon us. May your love guide us. And may your grace be ever present in all that we do. We offer this prayer in your holy and majestic name. Let every heart say, amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Commissioner Hay, and thank you, everyone. Let's turn to our city clerk for the announcement of the certification results. Mei Lee.
Congratulations to the incumbent commissioner for District 1, Angela Cruz, who did not have an opponent for this election. Congratulations to the incumbent commissioner for District 3, Thomas Turkin, who won the election with 57.78% of the votes in his district. And congratulations to the newly elected mayor, Rebecca Shelton, who won the election with 55.93% of the votes in the city.
Mei Lee, thank you so much. Let's begin the swearing-in ceremony. First on the list is the swearing-in of incumbent Angela Cruz as District 1 Commissioner, and I see here that you'll be sworn in by our City Clerk, Mei Lee De Jesus. Come on down.
Come on down. Back.
You raise your right hand. You want to face this way?
This way?
Yeah, there you go. I, Angela Cruz,
I, Angela Cruz,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support, protect, and defend
that I will support, protect, and defend
the Constitution and government of the United States,
the Constitution and government of the United States,
the state of Florida,
the state of Florida,
and the city of Boynton Beach,
and the city of Boynton Beach,
that I am duly qualified
that I am duly qualified
to hold office under the Constitution
to hold office under the Constitution
and laws of the state
and laws of the state
and the city of Boynton Beach,
and the city of Boynton Beach,
and that I will well
and that I will well
and faithfully perform the duties
and faithfully perform the duties
of Commissioner for District 1
of Commissioner for District 1
of the city of Boynton Beach, Florida.
of the city of Boynton Beach, Florida. So help me God. Thank you.
Thank you. The next person to be sworn in is the incumbent Thomas Turkin as Commissioner of District 3. Judge Lourdes Casanova is here from the 15th Judicial Circuit Court.
Raise your right hand.
Hold on
I,
one second. I need a better half on the side.
I, Thomas Turkin,
I, Thomas Turkin,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support, protect, and defend the Constitution and government of the United States,
I will support, defend, and protect the Constitution of the government of the United States,
the state of Florida, and the city of Boynton Beach,
the state of Florida, and the city of Boynton Beach,
that I am duly qualified to hold office under the Constitution
that I'm duly qualified to hold office under the Constitution
and laws of the state and the city of Boynton Beach,
and laws of the state and the city of Boynton Beach,
and that I will well and faithfully perform
and that will well and faithfully perform
the duties of Commissioner District 3
the duties of Commissioner District 3
of the city of Boynton Beach, Florida.
of the city of Boynton Beach, Florida.
Congratulations.
Thank you. All right. Good evening, Boynton Beach. First and foremost, to God be the glory. I'm deeply honored and grateful. To the voters of Boynton Beach, thank you. This election was about the future of our city, and you made your voices heard. You chose results over rhetoric, progress over politics, and a vision for a stronger, safer, and more prosperous Boynton Beach. To my Heather, my family, friends, volunteers, supporters, mentors, and our incredible first responders, thank you. We knocked on thousands of doors, made thousands of calls, and took our message directly to the people. Despite attacks and misinformation, we proved that the power of the people will always prevail. We took on county and statewide opposition, defied the political insiders who counted us out, and once again proved them wrong. A heartfelt thank you to those who stood by me unwaveringly, especially in the toughest of moments. Your loyalty is truly priceless. I also want to extend a warm welcome to our new Madam Mayor, Rebecca Shelton. I look forward to working alongside you and my fellow commissioners and our dedicated city staff to take Boynton Beach to a whole new level. Now the campaign is behind us, my focus is on bringing our community together and delivering on the issues that matter most. I'm thankful, and I'm ready to get back to work. And once again, thank you, Boynton Beach, for keeping Turkin working. Love, the short guy with the big heart.
Thank you. The next swearing in is the moment many of us have been waiting for. It is the swearing in of Rebecca Shelton as mayor of our city of Boynton Beach. Here for her is Judge James Martz, the 15th Judicial Circuit Court. And standing with her is a former mayor of Boynton Beach, Mayor Jerry Taylor.
I
Rebecca Shelton,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and protect
that I will support and protect
and defend the Constitution
and defend the Constitution
of the government of the United States,
of the government of the United States,
the state of Florida,
the state of Florida,
and the city of Boynton Beach,
and the city of Boynton Beach,
that I'm duly qualified to hold this office
that I'm duly qualified to hold this office
under the Constitution and the laws of the state of Florida
under the Constitution and the laws of the state of Florida
and the city of Boynton Beach,
and the city of Boynton Beach,
and that I will well and faithfully
and that I will well and faithfully
perform the duties
perform the duties
of
of
Mayor of Boynton Beach,
Mayor of Boynton Beach,
Florida,
Florida.
so help me God.
So help me God. Thank you, everyone. Please be seated. I'm getting on it. Is that better? Good evening. Thank you all for being here today. Standing before as your new mayor, sworn in just moments ago, is a moment I'll never forget. I'm humbled, I'm grateful, and I'm ready to serve. I never set out to be an elected official. For over 20 years, I've been your neighbor, a business owner, a volunteer, and that woman who's crazy about her chihuahuas. I was happy building my life here, serving our community, and calling Boynton Beach home. You, my friends, my neighbors, my supporters, made this possible. Last week, in the heart of Women's History Month, you elected me as the first female mayor of Boynton Beach in 32 years. What a way to celebrate. This victory isn't just mine, it's ours. Yes. It's a bold statement that our city craves leadership that listens and fights for what's right. Yes. Politics really are local. A good local government can and should be influenced by citizens. Yes. I promise to be your mayor that will listen and take your input to the dais at every meeting. Yes. I'll do everything I can to make Boynton the best it can be. Safe streets, smart growth, and a home we're proud of. I've sadly lost much of my family in recent years, and I'm sure they're watching me from above with pride. But you've become my family, Boynton Beach. I carry your trust with me every day. Together, let's make history, not just today, but for years to come. Ronnie, this one is for you. I want to thank all of you and take a moment to thank my campaign team. You're the best. Let's get to work.
Madam Mayor, I'd like to bring you up.
That's not nice.
Stand by.
I'm standing by.
Yes?
Yes?
Yes.
You got it. It's yours?
Shall everybody be seated?
Before we turn it over to our new mayor, Rebecca Shelton, I just wanted to say good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us for this special city commission meeting, and congratulations to Mayor Shelton on an overwhelming victory to become the first female mayor in over 3 decades. But first, I must, Mayor Pensurga, we must present you with this plaque as a token of our appreciation. And the plaque says, presented to Ty Pensurga with sincere appreciation for your years of service to the residents of the city of Boynton Beach as mayor at large, 2022 to 2025. On behalf of the city of Boynton Beach and all the residents, we thank you for your service. We wish you all the best in your future endeavors. Thank you, Mayor Ty Pensurga, for your service to the residents of Boynton Beach.
This. Now the meeting will start, so please forgive me. Obviously, I'm a newbie, but I will get the ropes. Good evening, residents of Boynton Beach. As your incoming mayor, I want to take a moment to outline our approach to public engagement during our meetings. We recognize that in the past, opening remarks often included specific reminders regarding decorum. Moving forward, we will operate under the inherent understanding that everyone who comes before this commission does so with the desire to contribute to our community. We have great respect for your willingness to participate in this process. Furthermore, we acknowledge that opportunities for direct responses from your elected officials during the public comment period may have been limited previously. It is my sincere commitment that tonight and in all future meetings, your voices will not only be heard, but also thoughtfully considered. Following the public comment period, your concerns will be addressed directly by our dedicated city staff or your district commissioner. This will allow for focused attention and ensure that each of you feels heard and receives the appropriate follow-up. Should we, as your representatives, find ourselves without the immediate information necessary to fully address your inquiry, please be assured that we are dedicated to providing you with a timely and comprehensive response through that follow-up process. Serving as your mayor and as a member of this commission is a profound privilege. It is a responsibility that is entirely centered on the people we are here to represent. We are committed to fostering an environment of open communication, mutual respect, and responsiveness as we work together for the betterment of Boynton Beach. We are now moving on to the agenda approval, additions, deletions, and corrections. Let's begin on the right with Commissioner Cruz. If you have any additions, deletions, or corrections to the agenda.
Thank you, Mayor. No, I just wanted to take a moment to congratulate you to our new mayor, Rebecca Shelton, and for the reelection of our commissioner, Thomas Turkin. Looking forward to working with all of you. And I do not have any amendments on the agenda. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. I do not have any additions, deletions, or corrections. Thank you.
And Madam Mayor,
Okay.
good to have you.
Thank you.
And I don't have anything to add to the agenda, but I would like to say, and I'm corrected if I'm not, that this is the first time that I can remember that we had 3 females.
Yes.
Majority on this commission in the city of Boynton Beach.
It's me and you, Woodrow.
Get ready.
Madam Mayor, congratulations. I do want to add, for future agenda items, I want to bring back the discussion of the residency requirement that was shot down at previous meetings. It's important that the city verifies residency for anyone who wants to even think about applying for elected office in the city. So I request that we have that on the next agenda. I believe it's April 1st. I know City Attorney's Office has already provided details and possible scenarios that this body can move forward with. I also want to have a discussion about a waiver provision for advisory boards. There's a lot of members in our community who have dedicated serving on these advisory boards that live in the city, actually, and I don't think they should be punished for volunteering, and we should allow a waiver provision to allow them to continue serving. In addition, I would like to have conversation around developing a charter committee review board. This is something that is quite common throughout other municipalities where they take a look at a municipal charter and identify what is outdated, what needs to be updated, and what should potentially go onto the ballot. So I want that conversation as well. And then in addition, Code Enforcement Review Board and Beautification Board.
Okay, so Commissioner Turkin, so we'll add, you're okay with adding those to future? You have them notated?
Absolutely, Vice
So-
Mayor.
So during this time, if anything is added to future agenda, there's just kind of a consensus that we'll add them to future agenda, and then staff will work with the commissioner that asked for those additions to decide where they appear on our next calendar. Okay. And so now you can call for an adoption of the agenda.
Right here.
Yep. Just read.
Read this part.
Yep.
If there's nothing else, may we have a motion to approve the agenda?
Second.
All those in favor to approve the agenda as amended, say aye.
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 All those opposed, say nay. Motion passes unanimously. Okay. We will move on to informational items by the members of the City Commission. Let's begin with Commissioner Turkin.
I don't have anything, Mayor. Thank you.
Commissioner Hay?
I have nothing.
Commissioner Kelly?
No, I do not have anything, Mayor. Thank you.
Commissioner Cruz?
Same for me, nothing, thank you.
Moving on to announcements. We have 2 announcements to share with the residents.
I'll go ahead and do 3A. I'll take that. So we are, it's a proclamation for Women's History Month. Before I proceed with the proclamation, and as we honor and recognize Women's History Month, I wanted to take a brief moment to highlight the women in our community who have served as mayor of Boynton Beach. Emily McLeod Jackson served on our city council twice, from 1970 to 1973, and from 1975 to 1978, and served as mayor in 1973 and 1978. Betty Risco was elected mayor in 1980 and served 6 months. Arlene Weiner served as mayor from 1991 until 1993. And after over 3 decades, it's my honor to congratulate Rebecca Shelton again, this city's 4th female mayor. After I read the proclamation, I invite Mayor Shelton and Commissioner Cruz to join me along with the Women's Chamber of Commerce of Palm Beach County. And we have Ashley Casacito as well as Rosa White. And we also have Takita King Pang from Women's Foundation of Florida, and they will join me when I present the proclamation so that we can take photos. I will now read the proclamation into the record. Whereas the Historic Women's Club of Boynton Beach, formerly known, this isn't Maylee. This is the Women's Club, not the Women's History Month. Sorry. Stand by it. Let me pull it up on my computer. Is there a second one? It's also the Women's Club. Hang on one second, I'm sorry. I just can't read it into the record, but that's fine. I'm happy to present the proclamation, and we can take photos, and then I can present it to them outside off the record. That's fine. So if you want to meet me, we will take some photos, please, since the ladies have come so. Stand by 1 second. We got the proclamation. So let me just read it into the record. Whereas American women of every race, class, and ethnic background have made historic contributions to the growth and strength of our nation in countless recorded and unrecorded ways, and served as early leaders in the forefront of every major progressive social change movement, and served courageously in the military. And whereas American women have played and continue to play a critical economic, cultural, and social role in every sphere of the life of the nation by constituting a significant portion of the labor force working inside and outside of the home, and American women have played a unique role throughout the history of the nation by providing the majority of the volunteer labor force of the nation. And whereas American women have been leaders not only in securing their own rights of suffrage and equal opportunity, but also in the abolitionist movement and emancipation movement, the industrial labor movement, and the civil rights movement, and other movements, especially the peace movements, which create a more fair and just society for all. And whereas, despite these contributions, the role of American women in history has been consistently overlooked and undervalued in the literature, teaching, and study of American history. Now, therefore, I, Vice Mayor Amy Kelly, and Rebecca Shelton, Mayor of the City of Boynton Beach, Florida, do hereby proclaim the month of March 2025 as Women's History Month. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much to Vice Mayor Kelly and Mayor Shelton for having us here this evening. I also want to acknowledge Commissioner Cruz, who is one of our alumni of our Women on the Run program. I'm Takita King-Pang. I'm the Executive Director of the Women's Foundation of Florida. We are an organization based here in Palm Beach County that's dedicated to empowering and educating women and girls so they can step into leadership and change how the world works. And so thank you so much for acknowledging this important month in our history. We've come a long way as women, but you know what? The fight continues, and if you're interested in getting involved and continuing to help us with that, the Women's Foundation is always here.
Thank you, Mayor, Vice Mayor, and Commissioners for having us here today to celebrate this important month. I'm here on behalf of the Women's Chamber of Commerce of Palm Beach County. Tomorrow, we are celebrating our 29th Draft Awards, which recognizes women in our community that stick their necks out for others. And we're also celebrating our 30th year as a chamber. We started as a small group of women that wanted to start small businesses within our local community and share ideas. And we've grown so much over the past 30 years. It's really an honor to receive this proclamation, and we wish everyone a wonderful Women's History Month, and let us lead as women every day.
We are moving on to public audience. As always, it is 3 minutes per person, and it is not transferable. This is not a Q&A. Same rules apply. The speaker must address the commission as a whole and not to any individual on the dais or in the audience. Insults, personal attacks, or disruptions will not be tolerated, and you'll be asked to leave should you violate these rules. After we have concluded those in person, we will go to those that are online. Please state your name for the record. Got that right.
Good evening. My name is Rick Maharaj, 1375 Gateway Boulevard. I am your president and founder of the Boynton Beach Online Chamber of Commerce, your full-service chamber that supports our full-service city. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to take this honor and have this privilege to present to you with the Honorable Mayor Rebecca Shelton. Vice Mayor Kelly from my district, number 4. Commissioner Turkin, Commissioner Hay, Commissioner Cruz, Assistant City Manager Temple, Dan Duggar, our city manager, city staff, Boynton Beach Online Chamber staff that's here with us tonight, and distinguished members of this audience, and also our first responders. Thank you all. I represent our businesses, our residents, and our city. We thank you, Mayor Shelton, Commissioner Turkin, and Commissioner Cruz, for stepping up to serve this election. This is a pivotal moment as we have turned a new chapter, starting today. You've heard it before. First woman mayor in 32 years. Mayor Shelton, we the people spoke, and you now are empowered to serve the best city worldwide. You started this journey since you were 24 years old. You've come a long way. It's in your DNA to carry the torch and honor the legacy. Thank you. Commissioner Turkin, recipient of the United States Navy Achievement Medal. Sir, thank you. We salute you for your service to our country and your service to our city. Commissioner Cruz, you ran unopposed. We thank you for your commitment and dedication to our city. Thank you. We often hear about the things our city can do better in the news, the newspapers, et cetera. Now let's change that and hear about the things that we're doing great. Yes. Many years ago, I stood in the old City Hall chambers, some of you may remember, and I talked about local government is just as important, even more important, than government on a national scale. Well, here we are. It's time to shine. Running an election is tough. I've been there, but now the real work begins. What does a 90-day plan look at the very beginning, from the very, very beginning? Return phone calls, emails in a timely manner, get up, dress up, and show up. Honor the men and women that work at our City Hall, these four walls. Show them the respect and the honor that they deserve. Say what you do and do what you say. Be accessible to all. Work with each other. Obviously adhere to sunshine laws. And drive our city #1. You have our support. You have my support and commitment. Thank you. May God bless you all. The 3 minutes went fast. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Mike McCray. First, I'd like to say to Commissioner Cruz, congratulations. It's an honor, but it's even better when you run unopposed. You don't have to do any work. I'd like to say to Commissioner Turkin, thank you for returning my phone calls. Thank you for listening to me when you was running your campaign. You asked me for advice. I gave it. You received it. That's why you're back up there. And to commit to our mayor. You look awesome sitting up there. Should have been done a long time ago. I really want to say to you, you're going to make some mistakes. That's why they call you human. But we're going to learn from your mistakes. If you don't make mistakes, you won't see any growth. Champion the seat. You got the biggest job out of everybody sitting up there. You have the entire city. Remember, each citizen, from the cradle to the grave. Make sure you remember the workers here in this city. But the workers are what make us look good. You have a telephone, use it. When citizens call you, please return phone calls. Stay engaged. If you can't return phone calls, then have somebody do it for you. I want to be the first to say congratulations out of 30-some years, long overdue. You look like a sweetheart sitting up there. God bless you.
Thank you.
Can I just breathe for a moment that I will not be attacked by a police officer like I was in this room, assaulted and arrested falsely? And every time I speak, the microphone turned off on me. It's just a breath of fresh air. Rebecca, congratulations, welcome. Thomas, let's do it. Let's make Boynton Beach great again. And congratulations to you as well, Angela. God bless you all. And I'll be keeping you all in prayer to hear the voice of the people. I do want to keep this out here for just a moment for people to understand. I really expect all of you, it's a little acronym called LIFT. It means limited government. That each one of you remember that you are public servants and that you work for we the people and that you listen to our voices, as was stated at the very beginning of this meeting, that we're changing that trajectory that was here before with a tyrant, Ty Persenka. And I'm so glad to see him gone, and I know that many of you that know the reason why. It's just been under communistic regime. It's been horrid. So I'm glad to see that. I also want you to remember the I for individual liberties. Do not take away our individual liberties. We are living in the private. You are public, we are private. We don't want our rights encroached upon, as you swore an oath to uphold and protect the Constitution of the United States of America. Also for F, for the freedom, free enterprise. Don't limit free enterprise. And for the I, timeless truths. We go back to the timeless truths of our foundation, the fathers, the framers, that created a Constitution. It's not for we the people, the Constitution. It's for each and every one of you representing we the people, that you do not encroach upon our God-given rights. And I'm here to help you do that, because I would like to educate the public as well, because when we know our God-given rights, and you know those God-given rights, and your job is to not encroach upon them, we will live in harmony. It will be a beautiful marriage of the residents and of you, our commissioners, our mayor, our vice mayor. And I do appreciate the fact that now I can actually, no lie, breathe in this room, not wondering if I'm going to be attacked by one of these men in uniforms. Thank you. God bless you.
Cindy, I'm sorry, can you state your name for the record? Sorry, you didn't do it at the beginning.
Cindy
Sorry.
Falco
Thank you.
Di Corrado.
Thank you.
Thank you.
David Katz, Boynton Beach. I happen to have had the luck of serving with Arlene Weiner 32 years ago. Mayor Shelton, my arm doesn't have to be out here anymore. We know what we're talking about. Okay, everybody, fasten your seatbelts. The results of last Tuesday's election were unbelievably fantastic for our city, and we can see why. Because of those results, I can tell you 4 people who went to bed and slept like babies. Cortland McGuire, Dominic Vargas, the former mayor, thank God that's what he is, and District 1 Commissioner Angela Cruz. I say they slept like babies because they woke up every 30 minutes and cried. During his campaign for mayor, every time Mr. McGuire spoke, he should have started with "once upon a time." During his campaign, he claimed he didn't take any money from developers. Whoops, 5 Pinocchios. He took $5,000 from Centennial developers of Ocean Breeze East, and $1,000 from Kurt Jetta, a developer of low-income dormitory housing. Some would say Mr. Vargas was the most interesting commission candidate on the planet, and some would assert on 1 or 2 others. Vargas was a magician. He had his campaign strategy put in a box, sawed it in half, and out popped the sleaziest campaign ever run in this city. To be able to qualify to run for office in Boynton Beach, it needs to tighten up. Tighten up so that no one can qualify by just showing a Florida driver's license while driving around campaigning in his BMW with Virginia tags, which by law needed to be changed within 30 days of moving to Florida. Mr. Vargas was a fugazi. I'm going to have to disagree with Commissioner Hay about the former mayor. During his term, I would have called the former mayor transparent, but I would have been sued for defamation. All he did was sow chaos by wanting the PBSO to take over the city and as the police department, and to increase his city pay by $36,000, not to mention his quest to become a strong mayor. His being mayor of our city has been as good as a stroke being for a nap. When Pensurga became mayor, even Nostradamus had to say, "I gotta go."
Good evening. My name is Al Mincarelli. I reside at 77 Sausalito Place in Boynton Beach. I want to address our Boynton Beach Tennis Center. We are a village and community of tennis players at Boynton Beach Tennis Center. Years in the making. Friends, brothers, sisters who love tennis but love each other more. This was taken away from us. The citizens, of Boynton deserve better and expect better. The Racket Center was down for several months with a promise of improvement and staff training. As of today, several months later, the courts are at best substandard. The center is understaffed and undertrained. Benchmarking of Wellington Tennis Center and Delray Tennis Center is required, a few miles away. a clear sense of direction from leadership to focus on specific improvements is long past due. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hi, Susan Oyer, Boynton Beach. First of all, congratulations to our first female mayor in 32 years. Congratulations. I was very proud to work on your campaign. I was wrong because I thought she was the 5th female mayor. Turns out she's number 4. My mistake. I'm glad I was wrong. And I'm so excited to get to live during a time when we have our first majority woman commission for the first time in our city's history. And during Women's History Month. So this is very impressive for us. And thank you, ladies, for standing up, all of you. Congratulations, Commissioners Cruz and Turkin, for your wins. And yes, I worked on Commissioner Turkin's campaign. And I want to say thank you to Vice Mayor Kelly and Commissioner Hay, who I understand this is your last year that you'll be doing this, and you've served our city admirably for decades. Thank you. But to get onto something a little more on topic, I look forward to the transparency, responsiveness, and beautification of our city. Let's make goals and let's actually work towards them. You know, I think I'm channeling Harry Woodworth here. We need goals and we need to be working towards them. We also need to continue our building height discussions, which Commissioner Turkin and I are adamant. The residents of this city have voted twice, no less, to have 45-foot height limits. At what point are you going to listen to the residents? And I sound like a broken record, so I'll just stop because I've been saying this for years. And let's get planting on those trees. I sent all of you a very long email, whether you had time to read it or not. Some of you are shaking your heads going, oh God, Susan, you must have been drinking caffeine when you wrote that because it's long. But we really need to tackle the tree issue. We are supposed to be planting 3,000 a year to meet our global warming mitigation requirements and obligations that we have made, and we are not making it happen. You need to review who you have as your tree company. If they aren't helping you to achieve it because they're too expensive, guess what? There's other companies that will help you achieve it, maybe the one that we used to work with before. But however it works out, we need to be planting our trees. We need to be beautifying our city. And I look forward to working with you for the next 3 years going forward on this, unless, of course, I win the lotto and move to Monaco for tax reasons. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening. May I join the collective in saying congratulations, Madam Mayor. Congratulations to the incumbent, Commissioners Cruz and Turkin, and to all of our commissioners. Good evening. My name is Darcel Streeter. I am a learning scientist, an advocate for positive social impact, and a nonprofit capacity builder. And as of a couple of weeks ago, the new executive director of Women's Circle, situated right around the corner on 4th Street. Tonight, I have with me a couple of our students, one of our program coordinators for our Creole-speaking women, Ms. Lorette, please stand. A couple of our students. We have Sylvie, we have Margaret, and we have Jessica. These are some of our students. The Women's Circle is a center for education and career development. Our 4 programmatic thrusts include job readiness, include literacy, financial literacy, communication, professional development, includes personal and professional enrichment. I'm so glad to be coming aboard to drive Women's Circle to the next level. And I'm here just to refresh the community. Women's Circle has been in Boynton and has served Palm Beach County for 25 years this year. And so we're so excited that as we celebrate Women's Month, Women's History Month, that we are also celebrating 25 years of making positive social impact for those who are socially, economically disadvantaged, for those who have had challenges with equitable access to resources. We provide these literacy skills. We provide partnerships with those in the community to make sure that once they're ready, they can transition into gainful employment. We provide some other wraparound services that we're continuing to build out. But we want everyone to know that we may have been quiet for a little while, but we are ready to make noise again. So very proud of the thousands and thousands of women that we've impacted over the years. And if you are a business owner, if you run a foundation, if you have an open grant, I am coming to knock at your door. So again, thank you so much for this opportunity. Congratulations again. And come visit us. And you can always email admin@womenscircle.org. That's admin, ADMIN, WOMENSCIRCLE.org. Again, Darcel Streeter, new executive director. So glad to be here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Tom Warnke. Proud to have moved to Boynton Beach with my parents and my 5 brothers and sisters in 1956 when I was 8 years old. And also proud my father served as mayor here, and very proud to see Jerry Taylor here. He's probably more influence over the city of Boynton than anybody as mayor. Congratulations. And congratulations, I know the males that are here on the dais are going to be successful in working as a group with the majority females. I think it's high time that not only we have female mayors, but it's high time that we have a female president of the United States. That's been due for quite a long time, and I hope it happens soon. You never know. This Saturday, I hope you are all at the birthday bash. It's the 100th anniversary of the most important building in the city of Boynton Beach, the Meisner Building, the only Meisner building that's open to the public. It's Saturday afternoon, and I'm sure we're going to have a really good party. The Women's Club of Boynton Beach has been staging this for a year's time, and so hope to see you there. I'm also the CRA liaison for Move Historic Andrews House. We've been working on that since Thanksgiving. The survey has been completed as far as I know. The charrette has been completed. In Tallahassee, October 1st might be the deadline for CRA to commit money if that bill passes. So it's an important time for the CRA in Boynton Beach also. I don't know, maybe you can answer this question. I don't know if there needs to be a motion for the CRA to take the lead role in moving the Andrews House, or whether the City Commission needs to make that motion. But we need to move this project forward. And this Thursday's CRA meeting, the historic Andrews House is not on the agenda. So I'm hoping we can move it forward. I'll be there on Thursday and look forward to seeing y'all.
Thank you.
Greetings, folks. My name is Tommy Isabella. I live at 205A North High Point Boulevard, Boynton Beach, Florida. Let me congratulate Commissioner Turkin and Mayor Sheldon for an amazing job. You focused on the critical issues facing our city, such as quality of life issues, code enforcement, more police, more firefighters, and that's a credit to who you are. A little backstory, I served 16 years as City Council President in the city of Schenectady, New York. I'm now a full-time resident of Florida, and Boynton Beach is my home. So you have a lot to accomplish, and I think you will be very successful with the thought that all politics are local. Someone said that here tonight, and it is true. All politics are local. You have so many issues facing you as a team, and I hope that you realize what's happening. Let me acknowledge the efforts of Commissioner Turkin, Andrew Mack, and Dan Duggar, who have helped us immeasurably. I live in a 55 and over community, High Point, and we had a myriad of issues similar to every community in this city. Squatters taking over a condo. Think about that, 55 and over community. Squatters, many issues of houses, drainage, quality of life issues, people selling drugs. Who delivered? Not Ghostbusters, this kid right here. Andrew and Duggar. They stepped up. We didn't ask anything in return. Just help us out to make our community safe and better. A true test of a person's character is what they do when no one is looking. And that's Turkin. Never asked for anything in return, just helping us out as a community. So I pledged to offer my services as my cousin Joe Isabella, Jimmy, Karen Randy Isabella, who's met with Andrew Mack countless times, to make Boynton Beach a better place to live. I saw something in Turkin years ago he didn't see in himself, and that's success written all over him, which is simply a peace of mind knowing you can become the best you're capable of becoming. Rebecca, I loved your message of care, love, concern, and that resonated with the people, obviously, and you're going to deliver big time. So congratulations to everyone, and we're here to help. We're here to make Boynton Beach a better place to live in. Anything that I can do personally, I'd like to meet with Mr. Hay concerning Palmetto Park. I got some great ideas for your park system. I'm willing to offer my services, and perhaps you want to hire me. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else in the audience that would like to speak during public comment? No, okay, a minute, there is one person online. Rebecca, I'll take the lead just because you don't have access. So we do have one person on public comment that's online, that's Alan Abels, or, sorry if I mispronounced your name, but if you could state your name for the record and start when you're ready.
Yes, ma'am. It's Abe Lees.
Okay, thank you.
I'm here today to ask for your help. I've already emailed Commissioner Weiss of the county and left Mayor Shelton a voicemail about this. My neighbor and I are having trouble getting the Boynton Beach leash ordinance law enforced, as well as the county leash law. Neither one are currently being enforced in our situation. We have two separate dangerous dogs continually off leash. The reason it's not being enforced is one of the dogs I've reported off leash belongs to a Boynton Beach police officer. I have found out through Captain Rivera, the internal affairs captain, that when a police officer is accused of breaking an ordinance like that, their internal legal team does not enforce that ordinance anymore until the issue is resolved. They say they're looking into it. I'm not sure what that means. That doesn't seem fair or just. Then we communicate with Captain Nunn of the Palm Beach County Animal Services, and he refers us back to the city. So the Boynton Beach police officer had a second violation on the 10th of this month. I called the city to report it. They say they're not enforcing it. I email and call Captain Nunn. Captain Nunn says go back to the city. So basically right now, nowhere in Boynton Beach is a leash law of any kind being enforced, which is a very, very dangerous situation. I seem to be getting nowhere. So if you guys can help me have one or both of those get enforced with the two dangerous dogs we have in our neighborhood, that would be greatly appreciated.
Thank you. We are moving on to 5A. 5A is the City Commission appointment of Vice Mayor that will serve for 1 year until March of 2026. Are there any nominations?
Mayor, I move to keep Vice Mayor Amy Kelly for another year.
Any other nominations? Do I have a second?
If it's allowed legally, I'll second that. I don't know if it,
I don't either. I don't know if it's
I
legal.
don't know. He's saying yes.
I find it interesting, if I may, that I tried the same thing last time, and I was told that we must rotate according to the way it's set up. And so I'm wondering, when did that change? Because I wasn't at that meeting.
Can we get some
So
legal
now,
clarification?
You know,
I mean,
let's
can we
get
get
some
legal?
clarity.
City Attorney, can you advise on that?
I would nominate
It doesn't.
Woodrow Hay. I mean, I feel like he's the next one in line, and this is not something that that's
Second.
my understanding.
So I have a second for
You have a
Commissioner
second
Hay.
for Commissioner Hay.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We have a unanimous vote. The motion passes unanimously, right? We good?
Right.
Commissioner Hay?
Yes.
Yes.
Just want to change seats.
Okay.
We can wait till next time.
Yeah, wait till next time. Keep
Okay.
going. We don't want to disrupt
Okay.
what we have going.
Gotcha. Okay, well, good.
Can we find out, though, just because I want to make sure that, we understand that correctly. I don't know if my
Right,
understanding
the
was
charter
that
isn't
we
very
have-
clear. I think that's maybe a charter thing that we
We
probably
can have
need
that
to
discussion.
I don't know.
have a discussion later on, because I
At a
think,
later point.
right, it's
Okay.
not clear, but yeah, it probably needs to be made more clear.
Okay.
Okay.
Moving on.
Congratulations, Commissioner Hay.
Thank you. Thank you.
We will move on to the advisory board appointments. The first one goes to Commissioner Cruz to appoint a regular member to the Art Advisory Board. Would you like to make a motion?
Yes, Mayor, just a moment. Let me open up the.
It's on that screen too.
I will go ahead and appoint Margaret Roberts for a second term.
And do I have a second? Second. Good. All those in favor, say aye.
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 All those opposed, say nay. Motion passes unanimously. And,
Now Commissioner Turkin is next. Yep.
I'll make a motion to go ahead and appoint Gregory Hartman for the Art Advisory Board.
Second?
all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously. Next appointment goes to Commissioner Hay to appoint a regular member of the Art Advisory Board.
I would appoint Margaret Newton.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously. I don't even know who they are.
Yes, it's not yours.
Okay, so who are my choices? I'm sorry, nobody told me my choices. Okay. Next
Donna
appointment
Moses
goes to
has-
myself to
yes,
appoint a regular member to the Art Advisory Board. And I'm out of these.
So it was
Mc-
Michaela
Yeah.
McLaughlin
I,
and Brianna.
Michaela McLaughlin. Do I have a second?
Second.
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 All those in favor say aye.
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 Motion passes unanimously.
Next, it's my appointment, and I will appoint Brianne Moses.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Motion passes unanimously. Okay.
If no one for building board.
There are no applicants for the Building Board of Adjustment and Appeals, but there are 5 regular member and 2 alternate member positions available for anyone that qualifies and would like to apply. We're going to move on to the Community Redevelopment Agency Board. We have 4 applicants, and there are 5 positions. First one goes to Commissioner Kelly to appoint a regular member to the CRA Board.
Thank you, Mayor. I will appoint Alexandria Lepresto as, for her second term.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oh, no, I need a second.
I'll second
I'm sorry, I
Amy
need a
Kelly's
second.
motion.
Second.
We have a second, so all those in favor say aye.
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 Motion passes unanimously. The next appointment goes to Commissioner Cruz to appoint a regular member to the CRA Advisory Board.
I'll go ahead and appoint Leisha Roundtree.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Motion passes unanimously. The next appointment goes to Commissioner Hay to appoint a regular member to the CRA Advisory Board.
Did McGuire get in there? Copeland McGuire? I appoint him.
Do I have a second? What do I do now?
Second.
No second.
So he cannot be appointed.
Okay. So does he appoint someone else? Or
He
goes on?
he can
So,
choose another candidate.
Commissioner Hay, there's
Commissioner Hay,
another
can you-
applicant that Would you, Angela Troyanowski?
Lepresto?
Vice Mayor appointed her already.
I think it's Angela Troyanowski is the other one
I
who,
thought she did.
she hasn't been
Angela
appointed yet. No, Angela did Leisha Roundtree.
You did Lisa Roundtree?
Yes, Angela,
Okay.
Commissioner Cruz did,
So
sorry.
what do we have left here then?
Angela Troyanowski.
Okay, Angela.
Do I have a second
Kozowski.
for Angela
Second.
Troyanowski? Okay.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Okay, there's no one left for that one, okay.
Unplaced and, pardon? Yep, so now you move to.
Yeah. We're going to move on to the Education and Youth Advisory Board. We have 3 applicants, 3 regular positions, 2 alternate positions, and 3 student positions. The first one goes to Commissioner Kelly to appoint a regular member to the Education and Youth Advisory Board. Would you like to make a motion?
Thank you, Mayor. Yes, I would like to appoint Lori Wilkinson to the regular position on the Education and Youth Advisory.
Second?
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously. The next appointment goes to Commissioner Cruz to appoint a regular member to the Education and Youth Advisory Board. Would you like to make your motion?
Yes, Mayor, I'll go ahead and appoint Isabella Acosta.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously. And the last appointment goes to Commissioner Hay to appoint a regular member to the Education and Youth Advisory Board.
Christopher Kinney?
Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously. Moving on. Next is the Historic Resources Preservation Board. We have no applicants with 3 regular positions and 2 alternate positions available if anyone is interested in applying. Next is the Library Board. We have no applicants with 1 regular position available if anyone interested in applying. We're going to move on to the Recreation and Parks Board. We have 1 applicant with 2 alternate positions available if anyone is interested in applying. This nomination goes to Commissioner Cruz to appoint an alternate member to the Recreation and Parks Board. Would you like to make a motion?
Yes, Mayor, I'll go ahead and appoint Jasper Pistorius.
Second that.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes unanimously. Okay. We are going to move on to the Senior Advisory Board. We have 2 applicants with 3 regular positions and 2 alternate positions available if anyone is interested in applying. The first nomination goes to myself to appoint a regular member to the Senior Advisory Board. I would like to nominate Ann Swiner.
Second.
All those in favor, say aye.
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 Motion passes unanimously. The next nomination goes to Commissioner Hay to appoint a regular member to the Senior Advisory Board. Would you like to make your motion?
I'd like to appoint James Zisick.
Second?
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes unanimously. Good, moving on. The next item is the ratification of the selection of Carrie Clinton as chair and Tara Oakler as vice chair to the Affordable Housing Advisory Committee Board. May we have a motion to ratify the selection?
Motion to approve?
Second?
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. The motion passes unanimously. Okay. Next, we have we're moving on to community support funds. Next, we have a request for community support funds from Commissioner Hay to Pathways to Prosperity for $1,000. May we have a motion to approve this request?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Motion passes unanimously. Now moving on to consent agenda. We will now be moving on to the consent. If my colleagues would like to pull any items from consent, let's begin on my left with Commissioner Turkin. I'm good, thank you, Mayor. Commissioner Hay?
I'm good.
Commissioner Kelly?
No, nothing to pull,
Commissioner
thank you.
Cruz?
Nothing for me.
If there's no further changes, may we have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So move.
All those, we have a second. All those in favor approve the agenda, say aye.
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 Okay. Let me just go into here. Oh, we're done with all those. Okay, hold on. That's a lot. I'm getting there.
Great. All the way to 7.
We will now be moving on to consent bids and purchases over $100,000. If my colleagues would like to pull any items, let's begin to my right with Commissioner Cruz.
None for me.
Commissioner Kelly.
No, nothing to pull, thank you.
Commissioner Hay.
No, nothing.
Commissioner Turkin. Nope, motion approved. If there are no, good. You guys are beating me to it. You're making it easy for me.
Yeah,
All those
make it
in
easy.
favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously. Woo. We're done?
No,
No.
close, but no.
Done with that section.
Yes.
Okay. There are no items for public hearing. There are no items for city manager's report. Okay. Regular agenda, discussion on additional paving. The first item under the regular agenda is a discussion item regarding additional paving in the fiscal year 24 to 25. Commissioner Turkin, since this is your request, would you like to start?
Yeah, if we can get a presentation from staff, I think there's something in the backup we could look at. I brought this forward, obviously, because this is not a District 3 issue, this is a citywide issue. Residents see solutions, they see issues, right? And, specifically Chapel Hill hasn't had their roads paved outside of the Chapel Hill Boulevard for decades and decades, and they are quite a large tax base. And so I want to make sure that they're being returned on their investment. And I appreciate staff for incorporating other parts of the city into this. And so I hope my colleagues join me in giving back to our residents. Thanks.
All right, good evening. Good evening, Kevin Ramsey, Public Works Director. Good evening, Mayor, Commissioner, City Management. Here's a brief little PowerPoint of some roads that we're thinking about we could possibly do before the end of this year. Go ahead, let's do this over here. No. To the left. Every time. Okay, pavement management. So we gauge our roads and we track our roads by through GIS. So when we do them, it covers our ADA sidewalks, our roads, etc. So we have a few projects here that we're suggesting if you'd like to do, we'll do, if we can fund them. First one is, sorry, I went through that, Gulfview Harbor. Last year we did a few of the roads, and we could actually do the $780,000 we've estimate and finish the rest of that area. The good thing about finishing an area that it makes it to where we can, down the road, maintain that area as a whole. As we go through, you'll see we did a few partial areas throughout the past year, and it'd be nice to finish them up. The next area is Chapel Hill. This is gonna be a 3-step. We did a section of it last year. We're suggesting we're doing another, not the green area, there's a big drainage area going on in the green area, but everything around that, we're suggesting that we could actually do that without interfering with any kind of utility issues for $650,000. Meadows neighborhoods. This we did 2 sections and the main roads through there, but all the green that we have showing on that map there would be our next suggested thing that will actually finish up all of Meadows. That keeps us to where that whole area now is onto a solid rotation of maintenance throughout the years. We can plan out the years ahead to redo it again in 10 to 15 years. And Southeast 3rd Street, we already have that from the February 18th meeting. That's approved. We're just trying to get a purchase order right now to do that. Okay. So that one was part of this before we went through.
Real quick, if I may, Mayor. So this is an F-rated road, right?
Definite F.
Yeah. I'm glad to see this on here.
That one's already moving forward, actually. That should have probably been pulled from this PowerPoint because that's already moving forward with us,
Okay.
Mr. Turkin.
Thank you.
But yes. And then Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. That is another F road. We got some new buildings over there, but it's sort of scabbed together, and it's really an eyesore, and it doesn't ride very well at all. So those are the roads that we're suggesting that we could actually do, that we could actually fit into this year. Anything more than that, I don't think we have the capacity to do that, if that's what this body chooses to force to do. So I'm just bringing these forward to you, and the total cost is just over $3 million we're guesstimating at, okay?
You skipped over my meadows.
Pardon?
You skipped over my meadows.
No, I talked about Meadows.
No.
Right there.
Oh, it must have been very brief. I must have been looking ahead.
I'm sorry. I already built this project
I
12
just wanted to make
times.
sure everyone heard.
expensive one.
Of course it's the most expensive one. Leave it to District 4.
Question here for Andrew. What's the impact of this to what we discussed about south of MRK, the infrastructure? Is there any impact of that in terms of pushing it one way or the other?
From our last time we discussed paving, there's definitely some projects in the heart of Boynton that we have grant money, plus we're working towards getting grants. We're starting to survey. That's the section from MLK South to Boynton Beach Boulevard. So this works in perfectly. I did want to do Rolling Green area as well, but that would have pushed us way over, probably added another $2 million to this project. So we're just recommending MLK at this time, based on all the other paving that we did in District 2. So, but definitely in the next round, we'll be looking at doing Rolling Green and or the heart of Boynton, depending on what grants we get. But this paving should complete all the neighborhoods that we can do at this time.
I know we have a $16.5 million paving project over on Ocean Parkway also happening in District 2 that I know we got quite a bit of funding for, so.
Quick question. What have we heard any more from the county as far as the surtax and what the plan is moving forward, so that we, because I want to see all of these, as my colleagues do, we all want to see these projects move forward. But I also want to keep in mind that the county's plan for the surtax that we were using for all the other infrastructure projects was transitioning, or their plan was to transition to more of a transportation and roads focus. And so I just was curious if we have heard anything from the county as far as the status of that surtax, so that we can, have that information moving forward, so that we can, really prioritize these, the projects.
Yeah, we had conversations, I want to say, with both Commissioner Marcy Woodward, and I know Andrew and Adam have both had conversations also with their county counterparts. I can tell you that the component that they're working on with this surtax is to make sure that there is a federal and state component to it, so we can actually apply for grants and get additional funding. I can tell you the numbers that I've seen. These aren't concrete, so just take this, I guess, as a more of an assumption. But the numbers I saw was probably going to double the amount of monies we get for paving and road improvements and things like that. And I know we're also working on the mobility impact fee transfer from the county over to the city. So there's definitely a lot of stuff coming. The referendum item for the surtax that you're speaking of, Vice Mayor, is, I want to say, due for November of 2026. Andrew, is that accurate?
Yes, sir. Right now, I think the county's working on their master plan through the, I think, intergovernmental committee. So we're looking for, I believe Amanda's participating in that committee as well. So we're hoping that that report will come out. I think the county's 6 to a year for that report, and then that'll be the basis of the referendum with the cost, but making sure our stuff's in that plan.
Currently, the master plan is what they anticipate being done, yeah, like Andrew was saying. But that's what we're waiting on, and they, essentially what they wanted from each city is they want to know what our priorities are as far as like infrastructure improvements, road paving, sidewalk improvements, road widening, things of that nature. So we got to actually, each municipality within Palm Beach County is going to have an opportunity to actually put something in that master plan, is my understanding.
Okay, great. Yeah, I just wanted to be mindful of that as we move forward with, really prioritizing these projects and getting this paving done, because, do we have this money kind of earmarked for this, so that or do you really need direction from us as far as what projects get prioritized?
We'll need to bring back, as we bring the task orders back, we'll do budget amendments. This will be pulling from fund balance to create these. Perfect.
And what we've done as staff is we've actually reached out to you guys individually. I think Kevin did. I don't need to give you any more compliments, Kevin.
Don't.
And all your grandchildren. But Kevin's a rock star. You guys know that. But we've reached out to you guys. We try to get the geographical areas that you're most concerned with as far as like wanting to do some paving projects. And I want to say we've probably got about 2.3 million put to the side. So, and a lot of times when we do the paving projects, when they go out there and they do their assessments, sometimes we come under. And there may be some leftovers, and maybe go slightly over. Most of the time, Kevin and his crew and Carl, they do amazing jobs as coming in under. So.
Great, thank you. Okay.
So do you guys need direction or any type of?
Yeah, if you guys give us consensus with
Okay.
with what
Just
we
consensus.
proposed, and then we'll bring it back when each task order will come, and then we'll have the budget go with it as well.
Okay.
If you guys have any broken up between the 4 districts, it's probably going to come to around $600,000 is what we have an idea of. If you guys are fine with that, if you'd like to see more, we may be able to squeeze a little bit more, but that's budgetarily, that's what we're prepared to come forth with
What we
staff.
have before us here?
Correct,
Okay.
right, and that's coming out of CIP funding.
Right, okay. Yeah, I mean, I think Chapel Hill, needs to be more focus. I know we're doing the stormwater project, and I know these are roads that won't be impacted from that, but there is some gaps looking at the map that you guys have provided. So I'm going to continue fighting that those roads get paved.
Okay.
But with the funding mechanism that you're recommending now, I'm okay to move forward with this.
And Commissioner Cruz, have you had an opportunity to, okay.
Yep, I'm good.
Any other questions? Commissioner Hay, any questions? Okay, moving on. The first item under the regular agenda is proposed resolution number R25078, approve the waiver of procurement procedures exemption, and authorize the purchase of 2 ADA-compliant 5-station portable restroom trailers from Elk Creek Trailers for the amount not to exceed $139,460. Who do we have from staff that will begin?
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, Commissioners, City Staff, and visitors. Gail Moots, Real Estate and Special Projects. Tonight's discussion topic is for the City's Commission to authorize the purchase of 2 ADA-compliant 5-station portable restroom trailers from Elk Creek Trailers in the amount of $139,460, utilizing the waiver of procurement policies as outlined on page 13, item 86 of the Purchasing Policy Manual. Part of this policy requires staff to present all relevant information to you, the Commission, for you to authorize this purchase. Let's begin. Staff's initial search for 2 ADA-compliant 5-station portable restroom trailers focused on Sourcewell. And for those here tonight not familiar with Sourcewell, they are a government agency that provides cooperative purchasing solutions to government, education, and nonprofit entities. Sourcewell has contracts for a wide variety of industries, including equipment, technology, and construction. Sourcewell's cooperative purchasing model connects public agencies to vetted vendors to establish contracts and deliver better pricing and save time and resources by eliminating the need to conduct individual bidding processes for purchases. Members like the City of Boynton Beach can then purchase products and services directly from these pre-negotiated contracts, ensuring that agencies obtain competitive pricing. This process acts as a bridge between vendors and public agencies, streamlining the procurement process. Despite this, and what brings us here tonight is that staff encountered a roadblock in locating a potential vendor for the 5-station units. Because the Sourcewell approved vendors primarily manufacture 2 and 3 station restroom trailers, this led staff to reach out to our Sourcewell account executive, Mr. Henke, who conducted a more in-depth search. As a side note, staff had to reach out to our account executive, highlights a common challenge municipalities face when seeking specialized equipment, particularly ADA-compliant facilities. During Mr. Henke's in-depth search, he identified only 2 potential vendors capable of meeting the city's specifications. And during our communication with these 2 potential vendors, it was determined they could not fulfill the city's need for 5-station units. Therefore, staff obtained 3 proposals, which are attached to the agenda item for review, and the key points of these proposals are as follows. Vendor number 1, Elk Creek Trailer. It was $139,460. That included a $10,000 discount, and the trailers were $74,000 each. Vendor number 2, $148,592. There was a $2,000 discount. The trailers were $71,000, but there was a cost of transportation. Elk Creek did not have a transportation fee. Vendor number 3, Maldonado Trailer. They were $165,910. Zero discount. They had a $6,500 transportation fee, and the trailers were $79,000 each. In the end, the city's investment in these 5 station units will improve inclusivity, convenience, enhance the event experience for all attendees, provide portable facilities that can be used for city-sponsored events in different areas of the city, and potentially reduce long-term costs associated with event sanitation. While navigating the city's standard procurement channels and pursuing alternative solutions, it further demonstrates staff's commitment to being both fiscally responsible and meeting the city's accessibility needs. Most importantly tonight, the city will be reimbursed for these trailers 100%. The developer from the south parking lot, correct me if I'm wrong, Andrew, the parking lot was supposed to have bathrooms in it. It did not, so we will be reimbursed for those trailers. In closing, staff requests the City Commission to approve the waiver of procurement procedures exemption, page 13, item 86 of the Purchasing Policy Manual, and authorize a purchase order to be issued for 2 ADA-compliant 5-station portable restroom trailers from Elk Creek Trailers for a total of $139,460, with a delivery date estimated at 14 to 18 weeks. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. If there are no further changes, may we have a motion to approve resolution number R25?
For discussion, can I have one quick question? Sorry. Sorry, Mayor. Andrew, at one point, we had talked about, and it's been a hot minute since we've talked about it, we talked about the possibility of adding restrooms also more permanently at the amphitheater. Is that something that we have completely taken off of the table? Is that something that, because we did talk about that at one point, incorporating that in as a permanent fixture at City Hall, and I understand I can understand why the developer does not want to have to maintain bathrooms on a permanent basis in the parking garages, but, and the trailers, I totally approve, this is great, I'm all for this, but we did, at one point, it's probably been 2 years, talk about adding permanent restrooms affixed to the amphitheater, and so I'm just wondering if that dropped off, if there's a reason why that didn't go forward, or do you recall?
Yeah, staff, we met, and there is room to build bathrooms. There would be a much smaller footprint. So, and since we are already being reimbursed by the developer in this particular item, we went ahead forward with the purchase of those there. Now, that is something we could look at in the future. I would recommend that we would engage these and then use them. And then if there is a problem going forward, if we need more permanent bathrooms or if these aren't sufficient, we can always look at doing that at a later date. So it was more of a need now. It fulfills a need immediately, and then also we can look at it long-term.
Yeah, no, I agree. I don't want that to, if it's something that we can't do and it's something that doesn't make sense, then I want to have just get a firm answer on that.
Yeah.
But if it's something that we can keep and maybe we add it to our potential future CIP so that it doesn't get lost in the shuffle of ideas and things that we've spoken about that we really wanted to incorporate within downtown, I would like to do that. So if it's something that we have to scrap because it doesn't make sense and the plans don't work, then let's vet that and move on. But if it's something that we can add to our future CIP, and then that way it's there and it's in the plan and we know it doesn't get lost, then that would be my desire as far as that goes.
Okay. Yeah, we can take a look at that. These will be built in to where they'll be permanent. They will stay on the campus the whole time, so they will be semi-permanent, but they can be moved. That's one of the nice things about this is, just say if we had an event at Hester and we did need additional bathrooms, we could then relocate these bathrooms to there and use them. That's one of the reasons why. But they will be permanently stationed here. At least one of the trailers will be permanently stationed here at the amphitheater.
Okay, great.
And-
Commissioner Cruz?
Yes, thank you. Commissioner Kelly, or do I still call you Vice Mayor? Vice Mayor Kelly. I couldn't agree with you more. The same thing you were talking about, it's exactly the same thing that was on my mind. Because, you know, if we think about our city hall, do we really want to use disposable restrooms? Like, is that the image that Boynton Beach wants to have, right? And I don't think that that's the case. I think that we deserve a permanent structure, something that's, I think we deserve better. So, and I thank you guys for looking into it. So I don't know if it's the best idea to spend money now and also spend money later, rather than to potentially look into it and seeing, and I understand it could be used for other purposes. So I would say, I would prefer to have a permanent structure, and knowing that we're paying this amount of money, and I think it's great that we went through the whole process. But I would definitely advocate for working on a plan to getting us to having a permanent structure. I think it's something better for the city.
Commissioner Turkin?
Thank you. No, I definitely agree. I think what we should look at first, though, is our current bathrooms. I don't know if you've been in Intercoastal Clubhouse, Harvey Oyer Boat Ramp. These bathrooms are horrible. They need to be redone. And so I think as a city as a whole, we need to focus on some of our stuff now and maintain them better, and maybe invest in what we currently have before we go spending a bunch of money on something new when we can't even maintain our current bathrooms. You know what I mean? I mean, half the time you go to the Harvey Oyer Boat Ramp and there's not even toilet paper in the stall, you know? And so I think, you know, and I don't know who needs to do a better job of maintaining that, or if that's a budget thing that this commission needs to be held accountable for. And if that's the case, then, you know, hold me accountable. Let's bring that up in the next discussion or in the next budget workshop, because I think we need to focus on a lot of our parks now, right? And so, you know, before I don't want to spend money now and spend money later. I'd rather spend money now and then focus on our parks now, because they need a lot of work.
Commissioner Hay?
And just to add to that, I want to, at our next meeting, discuss these restrooms here, going back to men and women, separate. We'll discuss that at the next meeting.
Yeah, I would like to have that conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the next agenda.
On the next agenda. No.
Should
Well.
finish with this item?
Yes, there's one
Finish
other
this.
thing
Okay.
that I would like.
Can we close, do
I
you want me
want
to close
to
this?
start the discussion on, I know we have a motion here, on the ethics conduct on this board. Attorney Shauna had talked about that, and we want to put it off for a while. I think it's time now that we address it, and so we can start that wheel rolling at our next meeting.
Understood.
Okay, well, let's wrap up this one. Do we have?
One second. So if you like, we can table this item if you
Okay.
like. Give us a little bit of time to look into deciding, or?
No.
Okay.
Yes.
You want to table the bathroom discussion?
No, not.
Right.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
I
let's,
thought you were talking about the item that's on the floor now.
That's the bathroom.
that's the bathroom.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
Just
We-
real,
go ahead.
super last thought, okay. This is our city hall, and I understand with the Harvey Oyer Park and everything, but if we have permanent structures in other parks, I think in our city hall, we deserve to have a permanent full structure, as Vice Mayor Kelly stated earlier. So I would not be opposed, if it's okay with staff, to bring it back to the very next meeting, which is maybe in 2 weeks, and seeing if there's opportunity for us to, like, what would it cost to have a permanent structure in our city hall? Because in our amphitheater, I mean, we have monthly events, like the first Friday of every month. And I mean, this is, although our other parks are also well attended, this is like the place where everybody comes.
So you're saying postpone the item in front of us and then come back with a different option?
If we could do it for next meeting, just so we can see if we can afford to.
I can tell you it'll be more than, so these are 2 bathrooms, and I think they're about
Right.
70-something thousand. It'll definitely be more than 70,000 for a bathroom.
yeah, I'm not,
So if we're gonna do a permanent bathroom, you're looking at more, a couple $100,000.
yeah,
build.
my comment on that was to bring it, because we've had the discussion in the past, to put it on CIP so it doesn't get lost and if we can do it. But we are in need of these trailers now, and I we have a motion and a second on the floor, and so I'm just calling for vote. Let's move
Call
on.
to question.
All those opposed, I'm sorry, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes unanimously. Okay. Okay, so how does the future agenda items work?
Commissioner Hay, just for clarification, so under 11H, you have a discussion regarding ethics and behavior of the commission that was a TBD. You'd want that moved as long as Shauna can accommodate, you want it moved to the April 1st meeting? Is that what you're wanting? Okay.
Yes.
I've,
The earlier the better,
Okay.
okay?
just something I've noticed is, a lot of these have been on for a while. They keep getting pushed and pushed to the next agenda, so.
Because a lot of them they have to get reassigned
Okay.
or based on discussions with staff.
Okay.
So they've been trying to keep up with them. We're supposed to be having as part of the manager's report, kind of an update on if there are any of these that need to be assigned or we need to provide backups, then that's something that they address during that time. just so
Okay.
you know. But yeah,
Understand. Thank you.
we try not to have them stay on there for too long. So,
Okay.
thank you.
Anything else that want to be added, or does anybody have any final comments for tonight?
I do have one question, and I'm not sure if it's in future agenda. But at the last commission meeting, we had unanimous support for looking at an ordinance with regard to the hours of construction and noise in
It's under
adjacent
G.
to residential. So I wanted to
It's
see
11G.
11G.
It's on the meeting for April 15th.
April 15, okay. All right, that's it. Thank you.
Motion
other
to
comments?
adjourn.
Nope, you did a great job.
I tried my
Great
best.
job.
You did a very good
I
job.
tried my best. I will get better, everyone. Do we have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
So moved.
Moved. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.
All right.